Alright, I'm sitting here in my Honda Pioneer 1000. Since day one, since I drove it home from the dealer, I noticed that when I would put it from two-wheel drive to turf mode, it wouldn't go into turf mode quickly. It took I had to drive around in circles, back up, go forwards. Sometimes it would never go. I'd have to pull it back out and put it back in. And I was just getting ready to take it to the dealer to have them fix it, which they should have checked it from the beginning. They didn't, so that's a strike against them. But I thought, man, this can't be too hard to adjust. So I'm going to show you real quick how to adjust your, basically, there's a little box where all this is controlled at. What I'm talking about today doesn't have anything to do with four-wheel drive. What I'm talking about has everything to do with just going from turf mode to two-wheel drive. All right, what the manual says to do is, or the instructions I found most useful, is to jack up. We'll start with vehicle off, put it in park, and put it over into two-wheel drive. Jack up one side of the rear and spin the tire just to make sure that it's locked. And you'll know the rear end's locked together because you won't be able to spin the tire with one side jacked up. Alright, so after you've jacked up the rear, just one side of the rear, make sure that your rear end's locked. You're going to dump the bed, lift it up. Underneath the bed, right here, there is this box, and I've already removed the cover. There's just 4 10mm bolts to hold this black cover on. And inside, there are adjustments. So you have one cable that comes from your park, when you put it in park, one lever adjusts, and the other cable adjusts when you actually move it from the two-wheel drive to the turf mode. And what it does is, when you put it in park, for safety reasons, it automatically locks the rear wheels together to put it in two-wheel drive lock, just so that way when you're in park, both rear wheels are locked in place. It's like a safety feature. Without making this too confusing, it's actually very, very simple. What you want to do is, you can see there's lines built in here. And what I noticed was these were not in the lines. They were moved this way a little bit of the line in the lines. So the first step is to get your, and like I said, once you make sure you're in park and two-wheel drive, you want to spin these nuts, and you spin them clockwise to tighten the cable and draw it this way. Likewise, spin it clockwise, and they'll rotate all the way around like a full turn. You'll feel it seat into position. It'll click into position. So you want to go only in full increments, and you want to get it spaced between these lines here. So once both sides are spaced so they fit right between the little tick marks, then you come over and you adjust this nut to put this pin right here right at this line. So the bottom edge of this pin should be at the bottom edge of the bottom part of the line here. Alright, I just rolled the vehicle to make sure it was actually, the rear was locked. You'll see that my pin is now down. It's just a little higher than it should be, but it's right at that line. So when you make sure that these are spaced in between the lines and that this is right at this line, in theory, you are properly adjusted. So now when I get in, start it up here. So I'm in two-wheel drive. I'm going to switch it over to turf mode. See, it instantly popped into turf mode. Now if I put it back in two-wheel drive, then it will go into two-wheel drive. I had to drive forward a little. And let me shut this off. And you may have to move a little bit to get it to engage. I mean, that's normal. But in my case, it would not go into turf mode. And now it works great going into turf mode. It was just that simple of an adjustment. So just a quick little video, show you how to adjust that. Maybe it'll save you a trip to the dealer. Hope it helps. Till next time.